Raptor is the Cobra Falconer, and one of the weirdest G.I. Joe figures ever released in the vintage line. Today, we're taking a look at a modern figure update of him, and it's still just as weird. Pause it here to find out how Raptor's more than just a Falconer for Cobra, he's also their accountant. Here's Raptor out of the package. Now I'm going to start by saying, I had Raptor as a kid. I bought him because he came with a pet bird. I always thought the figure was weird, but I did play with him a lot. So, with that as a framework, here's my first thoughts. The bird with his wings in by his body has zero play value. Raptor with the mechanical looking wings, way scarier than the original. A few years back, Hasbro released a very unusual Zartan figure. He looked almost like a desert nomad, and he came with a staff that held a bird could sit perched on the top. And I think pretty much everybody knew we were going to get a Raptor somehow using those parts. There also was a strange Cobra Viper that had these weird Techno Wings, people seem to call them, but it was like armor plating version of a ghillie suit. It helped him hide in shrubs. I'm blanking on what that Viper's name was. It was sort of like a Night Viper, but it wasn't Night Viper. They've combined the parts here pretty well. I think this worked out pretty cool. I know I would not have wanted a Raptor so bad as a kid if the bird's wings were into the side. I liked Polly from Shipwreck, but he's a parrot. That's kind of his role. Raptor, I wanted to use that Raptor as a replacement for Freedom, and then eventually I got a Freedom, so then Raptor became very cool because that bird with the wings out was fun to play with. I loved all the pets. Law and Order, Mutton Junkyard, Raptor and his Raptor, I think his name's Talon, Spirit and Freedom, Snake Eyes and Timber. I loved them all. So we've got Raptor here. He's a shirtless man wearing a bird head for a helmet. That looks just as goofy on this figure as it did on the original. This sculpt is amazing. Like, it looks exactly like the original. The face seems a little smaller in this hood compared to the original figure. I do think this is that Zartan face. He's got a necklace piece here that hangs down, which is similar to the original figure, only that was sculpted on. He seems a little bit less naked now because he's got these fabric straps here as opposed to the weird feather coverings. He's got brown pants. He does have a pistol holstered here on his belt, which I think is awesome because Raptor never had any weapons. He was just... The Raptor could attack people, and he had hand-to-hand combat. So I think that's great. I also think that his taloned feet are way scarier here. These must... Either these are new or they're retooled from, or reused from another character. Maybe one of the, like, Snow Vipers had them or something. I don't know, but they look awesome. Way scarier than the little tiny claws the original figure had. This would do some damage if you kick somebody with them. And then, like you said, he's got the Techno Wings. You can see they left off one portion, the part that went over the original sniper character's face, which makes sense. The wings are articulated. They don't move exactly like a bird wing would, but that's kind of because they weren't really wings to start with. I did try putting them on the harness upside down, so that way this ball was hidden, it was down lower, but it made the wings kind of look funny from the front. It makes the wings come out closer to his arms. It's not terrible like this, but I think it's better with them aimed up, even if you do see this little ball at the top. So Raptor comes with this staff, which is a perch for his falcon, or Raptor bird here, hawk type thing. The bird is nicely decoed, and it comes with the hood, as many falcons wear to keep them calm when they're not in attack mode. I think that the accessory is very nice. And since it's an adult collector line, you're not going to be, flying your bird around. But as a kid, that's what I really wanted, was those wings out and the bird soaring. I know the club can only tool up so many new parts for each one of these figures. If that wasn't a problem, if there were no budgetary concerns, I would have loved to have seen some sort of a perch that could attach to the mechanical wings up here in this spot for the bird to sit. I think that could have been kind of cool. I like this Raptor figure, but I really like the late 80s G.I. Joes. If you are not a fan of the more absurd part of G.I. Joe, you're definitely going to want to skip this guy. But if you like the wacky stuff, if you kind of like Crystal Ball and Chuckles, you may want to pick up this figure. Thanks for watching this Action Figure Adventures video. Do Baby Skeletor a favor, hit that like and subscribe button.